Hi there. Welcome back to the Spyro Let's Play. Last time we polished off what was left of Summer Forest, and we also cleared out the Autumn Plains homeworld, and now we're going to go through all of their different portals. So without further ado, let's just get into it. Let's start with Crystal Glacier, because I love it. Just love the mountain aesthetic. I really like how they tried to have matching aesthetics for a bunch of the different levels in Spyro 2. And I love Crystal Glacier and Skelos Badlands just being like the caveman levels, but with, you know, a fire and ice theme.
He has our tickets to tonight's hockey game in Colossus Valley.
Oh, you gonna go watch that dragon absolutely wreck shop? It's a good game.
If you get on the catapult, we'll help you across the chasm.
I like all the small touches they gave for the unique patterns on all of the ice builders. Out of all of the fodder in the Spyro games, just the walking snowballs with googly eyes are the weirdest. It's like a rareware character design.
Watch! We'll help you climb this wall up ahead.
Back when I wanted to make scripted videos more regularly, one of the things I wanted to talk about was a Spyro team racing, in the same way that there's a Crash team racing. And I wanted to specifically talk about tracks, because more than anything, tracks are what make a racing game. And because of the unified themes in some of the Spyro 2 levels, I thought it would be a good idea to do what they did in Crash Team Racing with their Spyro Grand Prix, where they had a portal leading to different areas. You could do that and have the Spyro tracks be like the connected areas of the Spyro 2 worlds. And I specifically remember wanting to call out a Crystal Glacier slash Skelos Badlands track, where it would effectively just be a figure eight, but the actual structure of the track would be like you rotate, driving around up a volcano in Skelos Badlands, going through a portal, and then coming to Crystal Glacier and going down through the Draklet Cave. I thought it would be neat. But also not a really great thing to write in a script and talk about thoroughly. I feel less bad about these fodders.
Hello there, Spyro. I could arrange for you to cross this bridge for a small fee. Thank you, Spyro. Now I can buy that condo in Hurricos I've been wanting for so long. Go ahead across the bridge.
So Spyro 1 had a weird progression system because you didn't have to guarantee a lot. You just had to meet that individual homeworld's requirements for the balloonist, and you could ignore a lot of other aspects if you just didn't want to. Like for artisans, you could just free the 10 dragons and move along. And so I feel like Spyro 2's obvious way to fix that is the talismans at the end of every level, guaranteeing you have to go to every level if you want to be able to progress. But I feel like they didn't have a good, balance for making sure players collected gems, because you could just go on the critical path and, nothing to it. Just run to the end of the level and get your talisman and get out of there. So they had to add in a bunch of, pointless money bag sections to act as this counterbalance of make sure you have enough gems. It's weird.
You'd think those guys could have got me out of here without rolling a 2-ton snowball onto my head.
Yeah, but without the 2-ton snowball, it's just no fun.
Some hockey tickets for it.
Good work, boys. I'm willing to say that I was somewhat disappointed with the Spyro Grand Prix for Crash Team Racing, because I got a lot of my favorite characters. I like Spyro, obviously. Nasty Nork is my favorite of the original Spyro villains, and Hunter is a great addition. I would have preferred Elora, but Hunter is still good. But if there's one thing I want to complain about, it's that a lot of the costumes they gave to the Crash characters just were kind of meh. And specifically the one I remember calling out, and I think I even had a friend I was talking to at the time where she commented that, like, the perfect costume option would have been to give Purah a costume based on George here. And I'm really upset that they didn't go through with that. It would have been so perfect, and I probably would have started playing more Purah. Speaking of cats, lately I've been helping take care of my brother's ex's cat because they're both out of the country. And that thing slept on my bed for the first time last night. I mean, he's been visiting me on my bed a lot, but that was the first time he was there. He was there from like 10 until 3 a.m. And it was annoying because usually when I'm in bed and going to sleep, I have my laptop resting on my chest so I can watch a YouTube video or something. And he decided that he wanted to curl up right next to me and use my right arm as a pillow. And so anytime I wanted to take my arm away so I could start scrolling, he would reach out his paw and pull it back because he didn't want to lose that pillow. And it was cute, but it was also somewhat annoying. Also, the last couple of days, if I don't have anything to do, I'll lie in my bed in the morning and do pretty much the same thing. And he would start crawling up onto my chest, so I'd have to move my laptop. And the last couple of mornings, he's been sitting on my belly, just staring right down at me. And I had no idea what he wanted, but apparently he just wanted some scritches behind his ears. I'm not much of a cat person, but he's growing on me.
Tours of these caves, but now they're infested with multiplying Draclets. It's only a matter of time before they take over our whole village. You think you can get rid of them for us? Great! But remember, you have to catch them all quickly, because if any are left alive, they will continue to multiply.
So this is an evolution of the minigame where you have to light the gem lamps in Glimmer, because it's got the Superfly power-up and you need to burn the things, yada yada. But it's a good evolution because now you've got moving targets to deal with, and it is a good, challenge, like addition to the challenge. But I feel like they missed a step where, like, if they were gonna reuse that idea, like, the second time should have been moving targets, and then the respawning thing should have been reserved for a third time. But I don't know if this gimmick is good enough to be reused 3 times. There we go.
You have saved us all from a grisly fate. Please accept this orb as a small token of our thanks.
I like the new animation that plays for getting an orb because it's really nice and flashy. But I'm not gonna lie, I kind of miss just the small tink, tink as the orbs slowly bounce towards you. You still get to hear that whenever it's just a random orb out in the overworld, though. That's not what I wanted. I saw some baskets I missed. Good, I would have been confused as hell if I didn't get 100% here. That should do it. Yee. That's the epitome of, well, if your friends jumped off a bridge, would you do it too? Yeah, I want to be included. I never took those creatures as cats. And now the redesign kind of weirds me out a little.
Hey, Dragon, I hear you're pretty tough. I bet my cousin Glug, you wouldn't be able to make it through the Badlands without getting singed.
You're gonna lose that bet. Oh, I thought that was another enemy they were attacking. Yeah, he doesn't seem to mind. Freaking cats. Ooh. I didn't get that fodder, that ain't on me. This exact lizard model gets reused in Midnight Mountain, but is recolored green. And I don't know why, but it just immediately makes me think of Gex. And like, a green lizard isn't all that unique. It shouldn't, but that's just where my brain goes.
Spyro, our village is being overrun by lava lizards. Can you get rid of them before they eat my little buddies? I'll lower the bridge for you so you can get over there.
No problemo. Might be a big problemo. At least this one is... I spoke too soon. I was gonna say at least this one is in somewhat linear progression. But no, they do switch it up to you the second you cross. At least the lava lizards don't go for the nearest target like, you know, a rational creature would.
Thing we found to aid your journey. Uh-oh, it looks like more lizard eggs are dropping down. Are you ready for another challenge?
Always. Okay, I never remember the pattern for this one. I think this guy's next. Okay, that was pure luck.
Thank you for helping us again, Spyro. You deserve another shiny thing. I was going to use it as a nightlight.
Okay, I complain about NPCs not treating orbs like rewards, but I do love the idea of just, this thing is shiny. I thought you would like it. I just remember as a kid the idea of going through this big old skull with the ribcage tunnel. Like, when I was way younger, that was just the most metal thing ever. Oh. Oh. Come on. There you go. Why did I try that? It's all good. Invulnerability soon. Okay, now the invulnerability skin they give you is super sick. Looks like you've turned into molten rock.
I'm so sad. Those pesky lava toads have stolen all my friend's bones. If you help me put them back together again, he'd sure be more fun.
Your friend has like 8 femurs, which just reminds me of old school Mortal Kombat fatalities where characters would explode into 20 rib cages and 14 skulls.
Drunk is a fool to bet against a dragon. Take this talisman for helping me out.
Here is a complaint I'll give, because I always have to give some kind of a complaint. I feel like they really made the gliding a bit weird in some instances where your hover just won't work, and I have no idea what's up with that.
Thank you, Spyro. Now I can put my friend back together. Please take this as a token of my appreciation. A fairy left it with me a little while ago.
You know, going back to what I said in the first part of Spyro 2, where, like, it feels like nothing has anything to do with Ripto, and, like, you know, I mentioned that the Yeti in Colossus, or the totems coming to life in Idle Springs, they never mention Ripto being a part of that. This level is just straight up, we don't think you can make it through, because I guess this is just the day-to-day of Skelos Badlands. There isn't even a distinct problem listed with this level. This is business as usual. I like the inclusion of these mystery jars. It's kind of nice to have the do you remember where this was type challenge. Memory test, as it were. And I think this is it for Skelos Badlands. Yee. Nice. Yeah, on bright side, you guys can probably turn that into a decent YouTube found footage series. Speaking of YouTube found footage, like a couple weeks ago, I had the weirdest dream where my brother was talking about marble hornets, of all things, and I asked him why the hell would he watch that, because that really doesn't seem like his thing. And he said, "Oh, I heard you talking about that, and I want to give it a try." And I was freaked out because, what are you doing listening to my recommendations? You don't like the things I like. My brother and I are very different. My mom calls us night and day. I am shocked he would watch something on my recommendation. I love the redesign for these worm boys. Especially Colonel Blub.
We got us a bit of a situation here. The breeze builders have got us pinned down, and we've been waiting for a volunteer to blow up their munitions building. Looks like you're it.
Darn right I am. And again, going back to Ripto having nothing to do with the problems, Zephyr is just at war with Breeze Harbor. Like, that's just a thing that apparently has been going on for a while. And love the eagles with their bomber jackets. These guys look great. Why did I grabbed that caterpillar, didn't I? That fodder caterpillar. Oh, wow, you came right down for me.
Dang cannon just ain't working for me. Do you think you can blast that bird, soldier? Jump up here and give it a try.
The smooth motion on raising and lower the cannon is both a good and bad thing, because it does feel really nice, but also I distinctly remember having to use little tick 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 ticks of it raising and lowering to kind of keep in mind just how high I was aiming. Like, oh, I need to raise it 1 tick or 2 ticks. And now it's just a feel it out kind of thing. But fortunately I've been playing this game for years, so I feeling it out is natural to me. Great. Good thing I checked. Nope, that's it for the first area. Nope, sorry. You guys ain't as tough as the Norks who did the same thing. Got him. Just fire enough and eventually you'll hit your target.
Wow! What an explosion! It sure is a good thing I had my helmet on. Oh yeah, the Colonel wanted me to give this talisman to you if you got through the breeze builder defenses. Good job, soldier.
Thank you kindly. In the war between Zephyr and Breeze Harbor, I always preferred Zephyr, and I have no idea why. I think I just like the cute little slug people.
My name is Little Bo Peep, and I've lost my cowlicks. With these battles going on all of the time, they keep running away. Can you help me get them back into my pen?
I feel like this is something that was in the original but doesn't feel like it carried over. I could be absolutely wrong. But I remember in the original that if you flamed the cowlicks, they would get height on their jumps. but if you charged them, they'd get more distance. And I don't feel like that in the remake. I feel like they get about the same here. And I could be totally wrong. Good enough. They definitely get more height on the Super Flame. Oh shoot, I got that guy to the second level in one. Oh, how am I going to get you out of this corner? There you go. Didn't think so. There you go. Is it in the beanstalk area? Is that where he's pointing? I think it might be. Yeah. Come on. Just go to your home. Don't you like your home? Oh. Didn't think I got that guy in. Great job, me. They're just a little singed. They're still good. They're still good.
Thanks, Spyro. Here's a little something for, you know, the effort. There are 2 more cowlicks out there somewhere, but I haven't seen them in days.
I'll get him. Right after I'm done with the mystery jar. I remember back when they announced the remake, they were pretty much exclusively showing off Spyro 1, and eventually they started showing off a wave of screenshots for Spyro 2, and it was these weird buildings that they showed off, and it took me a good second to think about what level is that? What is that? Because it looks a lot different, and, you know, to be fair, the original leaves a lot open to interpretation because it is just a weird, big, bulbous structure on a scrawny pillar, so it is difficult to gauge exactly what it is, but I eventually got there, and I think it looks really good. I like the aesthetic of it being like a tree or something that was gnawed down.
What light from yonder window breaks? That window up there, dummy. The professor said he was working on a way to help me get back with Juliet, but I haven't seen him in a long time.
Where? Oh my god, I sent him behind me. How did you get up there? I've never seen that before. Oh boy, this was a jump I always remember having a problem with. Yeah, they changed it in the remake so that it was pretty much a guarantee, because boy was it a rough one originally. If you ballpark it, then they'll just give it to you, and that's appreciated. I remember trying to get the Cowlicks into the Whirlwind when I was a kid to see if I could get them to go up to the upper levels, but no. That would have been too cool. He almost made it on his own. There we go.
Well, I am impressed. You got all 7 Cowlicks for me. Here's a fair reward.
That is a fair reward. Alright, let's beanstalk.
Spyro, my boy, I've got a magic bean, seed for you here somewhere. Ah, here it is. Why don't you plant it in the ground and see what grows?
I do really like this challenge, and I definitely prefer the Spyro 3 version where they really took it to a bigger extreme. Having some minor puzzle solving is a good addition for these challenges. I will stand by that. Nailed it. Nailed it.
Well done, my boy.
Such a
Here are
weird
2 more
spot
things
to
get
give you a
this
halfway
away.
point
Oh,
orb,
and take this
because it
with
feels
you
like
if
so
you
much
don't
more
mind.
than the halfway
It's been
point.
buttering up my pockets.
There's the gems.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
In the original, Juliet sounded like the scratchy-voiced teen from The Simpsons, and I definitely prefer that. It was intentionally goofy, and I feel like they missed out on that in a few of these instances. Oh no! If I had a girlfriend, she'd kill me! I dropped my watch in the deep fat fryer! Ow! 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 Alright, now it's time to play the other side of this war. Like a hero.
Please excuse the mess, Spyro. We are currently suffering from a land blubber infestation. First they put out the fires in our boilers, and now they've shut down our ship too. If you could stoke up the fires under the boilers, I'm sure you could make your way to the ship. The steam from the boilers will activate our highly advanced machinery.
They're highly advanced steam engines. Now, I mentioned it, I eventually recognized Zephyr. I did not recognize Breeze Harbor at first when they showed off those screenshots. I was wondering what that level was until the game came out. I love the searchlight aesthetic that they gave this place. I'll hit this guy eventually. There we go. God, they made some of the underwater bits look so good.
Those landlubbers have littered these metal spike mines all over the harbor. If
You can clear them out. I'll give you this orb I found in a clam yesterday.
God, I forget about the giant Saturn in the skybox. It's great.
Thanks, Spyro. Here's that orb I promised. Sorry if it still has clam juice on it.
I'm not the only one who just mashes out those cannonballs, right? Like, that's how everybody does it? Sorry. I'm not avoiding the trolley. I just don't think I have enough spirit orbs to power up that power up. Yes, power up that power up. There we go. The infamous orb challenge. Can I get it in one? Or
Lucky for me that you came along. My machine
am I gonna choke because I'm on camera?
I need to repair
That
them
one's
for
more likely.
scattered all over the tracks. Can you hop on that trolley up there and collect them for me?
You bet. Might go into focus mode for this, just because I don't want to be here all day. Talking definitely tends for me to mess up. Did I miss that gear? I need to check. Oh my gosh, I missed that gear. That's annoying. Okay, won't be jumping. First try.
That was great work, Spyro. Now I can start fixing my machines. Here, I don't have room in my toolbox for this thing anymore.
And I believe all I have left is that one metal crate right at the beginning that I shot with a cannon. Oh, and those ones. And this that I completely missed, huh?
Thanks for getting our ship fired up, Spyro. Now we can proceed with our counterattack on Zephyr. Please take this talisman as a token of our gratitude.
Alright, let's go get these bad boys, and that should be it. That's it. Alright, we're getting close to the end of this recording session, but I think I will do Metro Speedway just to round out this hour. It's so funny how there's 4 speedways in this game, but only 1 or 3 homeworlds, and you can tell that they very clearly wanted to have a 4th spring-themed homeworld, but I just don't know what happened to that. Development constraints or whatever. But I'm glad they decided to ultimately keep the 4 speedways that they did end up making. Did I pass it? I passed it. No, I'm back here. Oh, I failed this. Oh, I failed this so hard. Oh! That would have been amazing if I'd managed to get it. If I hadn't checked left to see if there was that extra gate arch, I would have. Oh well. One more, one more. Okay, let's charge the correct direction for these arches. Didn't think I'd get that guy. There you go. And now this speedway challenge. This one always messes me up. Also, like all good video games, something is hidden behind the waterfall, as it should be.
We've been having a crime problem here in Metro Speedway, but I think you might be able to help. A band of cat burglars have been raiding my re-election funds by scaling the walls of the buildings. Would you be willing to help get rid of them? Great! Hunter can knock the scoundrels off of the buildings, but we'll need you to catch the loot before it lands in the canal and gets lost. Good luck. Hunter is waiting for you outside.
Typical politician. Somebody will shoot the bad guys, but your real important goal is to get the money. I always try to be super careful of not getting too close to Hunter, because then I have to deal with the because if I'm close to where he shoots, then I have less reaction time to figure out where the bags are gonna drop. But I also really want to make sure that I have the cat burglars on screen as I fly by, because it always freaks me out when Hunter shoots them and I'm not sure where the money is gonna drop.
Well done. You really taught those crooks a lesson.
Should I do Icy Speedway just to get it out of the way? I've got time. I've got time. I actually really appreciate a good chunk of this speedway being ground oriented. I don't know if that was necessarily intentional, but it does feel kind of nice. Where's the last? There he is. Now this is an orb challenge that always messed me up as a kid.
Looks like you're ready for a more serious challenge. How about a little paragliding? You're not afraid of heights, are you?
I
Great.
am,
I'll tow you
but
behind my
Spyro is not.
snowmobile, and you maneuver through the rings. Don't miss any or we'll have to start over.
Halfway there, living on a prayer.
Hey, I
Knew
heard
it.
you were great.
I'm great at flying, Hunter. Paragliding is not flying. And 50 is just so many. It takes so long to get back to where I was. There you go.
Way to go, Spyro. You're even better than I am.
Alright, and that is gonna do it for this episode. We finished off half of the portals in Autumn Plains and both of the speedways. And so next time all we have to worry about is Scorch, Fracture Hills, Magma Cone, and Shady Oasis before getting into the Gulp fight. And then I'm probably going to clean up Winter Tundra like I did with Autumn Plains. I'm not entirely looking forward to the next recording session just because I know there's a few challenges that I really dislike, but for the most part, game's fantastic. Can't complain too much. This is still my favorite homeworld of the game, and I'm really looking forward to the next one. Despite the incredibly annoying challenge, Fracture Hills is actually my favorite level in this game, purely for the bagpipe music, so that'll be delightful when we get there. But yeah, that's where I'll leave everything off for now. Thank you for joining me today. I know you're spoiled for choice when it comes to content on the internet, and I'm honored you would choose me. So until next time, goodbye, and take care.